So we just finished Aikido, or before we finished Aikido, and then we went on to our second field trip, surprise field trip, and we were all putting out random guesses of what it might be because we still didn't know. And Master Schaefer and I were joking around with sea breeze.
Sea breeze! Woo!
And other random things, and other crazy things like that, but it was not that at all. We ended up going to the mall, and we were seeing if we could observe people without them really noticing that we were there. And it was actually really interesting because before we went inside, Master Pearson was actually talking to us about like all these tips and pointers of what you should do. And some of the things, like there were so many obscure facts or tips that we needed to know, like of how to just like observe people or just like seem like you're going on your casual like trip to the mall or something without really thinking about it. Like there was like usually
when we got to the mall, we divided up. So we each took like a region of the mall. Now this wasn't like I don't know, we weren't like hurting anyone, we weren't, it was nothing bad, we were just practicing this particular skill. So we had a couple of different objectives, right? First one of the things we had to do was follow a particular target around without getting caught, which Mr. Warden explained very, very well. The other thing we had to do was, in order to like, it's hard to do like multiple things at the same time in this context. So in order to make it more difficult, Master Pearson also gave us other objectives. So for instance, like randomly he would come up to you and be like, okay, I need you to get me blankety blank. Like I think I bought him a coffee from Starbucks. Or like whatever he would charge you with. So that your mind was now being directed towards two different objectives. Not only did I have to watch this person and worry about whether or not they would notice me watching them, but I also had to achieve this secondary objective. And so it was like really interesting to try to figure out how I could do both without failing at one. So that was kind of fun. And it ended up being sort of a bust because this guy lost his person twice. And then they left the mall. They kept leaving. So, and it was sort of a bust, but it was a great technique. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you like try it on a regular basis, but it is kind of interesting to see like how you can behave differently so that you can take in information and observe things in sort of a silent way and not let on to the fact that you're taking in that information. So that was pretty fun after Aikido today, right?
Yeah, it was great.
When we went to the mall.
Yeah.
That was our second field trip. It was actually really cool.
On the way there, actually on the way to Aikido, we guessed, like we had three guesses, and Master Pearson told us that one of the three guesses was something that we were actually going to do today. And this thing, the mall thing, ended up actually being one of them.
Right.
That's some background. So to keep you posted.
What?
Keep them posted. Okay, just go.
Oh. That's what we're doing. But that wasn't your fault. That was just because these two guys couldn't do their part.
I was trying to be available, so.
It was an eye-opener to see how easy it was to lose track of someone.
We had bad luck with people though too, like they just kept leaving the building.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny to see what people do because like some people just like walk around in the same place over and over and just go in loops. It's weird.
But it also makes me think, like, what do I do? And
I
don't think
that's
I'm being watched.
Weird.
Yeah. But it's a good skill to have. Yeah. I think, like, to be able to be that aware.
It's good to be aware, like when you're not doing anything even like that, just like walking around. Right. Because it's just good.
You actually made me more aware even without having a specific person
target
everybody else in the mall.
And it makes you realize how oblivious people are to things, which
and it's entertaining to see how oblivious people are.
We could like just kill people on the spot.
Exactly, in the middle of the mall.
Okay, maybe not that. But like, if you like, from the perspective of the target, right? From the people that we were following, the people we were watching, observing. If we take that as a lesson as to how not to behave in life, like then we are much more likely to avoid a situation. You know what I mean? Like an increased awareness allows you to avoid a conflict situation in the first place.
And to recognize something similar to that happened to you when like you're not, when it's actually happening to you and someone's like observing you.
Right. Not that we're like seeking out people to attack, but from the opposite perspective.
It's good just to be able to do that.
Right. Cool. That was fun though. Yeah. Plus I had a good piece of pizza. It's delicious.
I had a really good ice cream.
Nice.
Yeah. And
but I did not get my iPad cover, which was sad.
Master Pearson bought something.
No, he didn't. Oh, that wasn't there.